Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are coming across my account for the very first time, I am very happy to have you here. And if you're a returning subscriber, you are very much welcome. So in this video, yet again, I'm going to be introducing us to a very interesting and fascinating book that opened my mind to a whole lot of things. Now, this is written by James Allen and it is titled As a Man Thinketh. Again, I'm going to be including a bit of information from his other book, which is From Poverty to Power. Again, this is in partial fulfillment for a leadership course that I'm taking, which is titled Fundamentals of Leadership Development. Now, a quick introduction of myself. As you can see on your screen, my name is Obina Emmanuel, and I'm currently studying medicine and surgery at the College of Medicine of Madoka University in Enugu State, Nigeria. And like I said in the other video, Madoka University is still the first and only entrepreneurial institution in the whole of West Africa. So if you look forward to merging your academic pursuits with innovation and entrepreneurship, Madoka University is the right place for you to start. Now let's get a quick dive into the content. Alright, now a very quick introduction. Now, as you can see, James Allen was actually a British philosophical writer known for his inspirational books and poetry as a pioneer of self-help movement. And As a Man Thinketh, which is the book that I'm talking about, is a self-help book published as early as 1903. So this book has actually existed for over 120 years. Now, according to Allen, this book deals with the power of thought and the application of thought to happy and beautiful life. So with this, you should know what to actually expect from this video. And then again, the other book, which is From Poverty to Power, is just sketches a line of development along which each one person should work in order to achieve the greatest amount of success and power. Now, going forward, you see the table of contents. This book has 7 different divisions, and each chapter actually comes with a very fascinating idea. Okay, so for the first chapter, the first and second chapter, actually, I merged these off, and I'm going to be talking about the power of thought and character formation. This is including the 2 chapters, which are thought and character and effect of thought on circumstances. Now, let's take a quick look at some of the ideas. Now, key idea from these 2 chapters is that your dominant thoughts shape your personality and the life you experience. Now, these are some relative aspects. People who consistently think negatively about themselves often lack confidence, and as a result, they end up struggling in life. Now, this is actually very relatable because you can see it even in your normal daily activities. Someone that doesn't have as much confidence in his or her abilities, in his or herself, will actually end up suffering. Now, optimistic and esteemed people tend to overcome challenges and find opportunities. This as well is a very relatable instance because I am a student, and of course I meet a whole lot of people every single day, so I can actually be able to attest to this. And then again, the society often judges people based on this character, which is built over time through thoughts and actions. So when you know that this is actually one of the key things that people always judge, why not build it? Alright, so the actual idea that this is trying to pass is that which you're always thinking about, it ends up showing up in your character, in your attitude, in the way you react to situations. So when you know that this is actually what it is, I believe you should be able to start working on what you think and what you spend your time thinking about. Now, let's take a real life example. Imagine a student who believes he is intelligent and hopes to pass an examination. This person would actually work hard. He would work hard studying and would earn a good result. Whereas someone who believes that he or she is like a dull person, this person would actually end up not even studying because he already has this mindset that even if he studies or he doesn't study, he would still end up failing the exam. And as a result, the person would still end up failing that exam, and it will continue like that. So why not actually work on your thoughts in order to live much more happily? Now let's go to the next one, the next slide. In this slide, I'm talking about the thoughts and our health and body. Now, the key idea here is that the mental state affects your physical health and overall well-being. Now, this is actually a proven fact, both scientifically and clinically. When your mental state is just not intact, then your overall well-being is just as well not intact. right? Now, some of the relatable aspects that I listed here is the fact that chronic stress, anxiety, and negative thoughts weaken the immune system. Like I told you, it is proven health wise. And again, positive thinking and peace of mind contribute to better health and energy levels. I know this particular friend of mine, this guy is always like excited about everything. Everything that we see as stress, this guy sees it as something that he can always learn from. And that makes, like, there's this certain level of excitement that he always has towards challenges. And as a result, this guy is always, you can never see him down, you can never see him sick, you can never see him tired. So that is actually like a real life scenario of what this point is trying to talk about. And again, people who dwell on anger often experience high blood pressures and often and other stress related illnesses, which is as well a fact. Now let's take a look at a real life example. Imagine a person who is always worried about failure. This person might end up experiencing headache, fatigue, and even depression. Now, when you are always experiencing these, obviously you won't have the time, you won't have the stamina to pursue your daydreams, right? Meanwhile, someone who is hopeful stays active and healthy. So this is a call to actually start worrying less and instead working towards your goals in activeness. So this is actually a call for you to start minding what you think, the kind of thoughts you have, and how you think about things. You need to start prioritizing your mental health and understanding that your mental health is very, very much important in everything that you do, right? By the time you start working on this, you end up seeing that you always be happy and your attitude toward things would actually change for the better. All right, so let's go to the next slide. Now, in this slide, I have merged chapter 4 and 5 together to talk about purpose, vision, and achievement. Now, these three things actually interrelate. And what Allen tries to tell us here is that a clear purpose and strong mindset leads to great achievement. Even without going into details, merely thinking about it, you see that it makes a whole lot of sense. Now, people without a clear vision struggle to stay motivated. That is fact, right? This is fact, because I've met a whole lot of people who, without having a very clear vision, like knowing that, okay, this is actually what I want for myself, they barely find the motivation that they actually need to proceed or to go to the next level that they wish to find themselves in. Again, having a definite goal in life gives direction and it prevents distraction. I'm going to use myself as an example. So over time, I have always have this passion or this dream to go into the medical field, and I realized that as time actually grew by, this goal was always growing and it was growing stronger, and as a result I was never moved by any external thought or any external opinion as to what to actually pursue. This is because I knew what I want, I know what I want rather, and I am constantly working towards it, and as a result I know my direction, what to take, next step to actually work on, and distractions are actually they can't even work on me. Pardon me for that. Now the next one is trying to make us know that every successful person first developed a mental picture of their success. This is very, very important. Now, by this time you should have noticed that this book tries to talk about the mind. It has talked about your thoughts and it has related it to your attitude, your character, and your circumstances. So you should have already established it in your mind now that this book actually has a basis of your mindset. Now, your mindset goes a very long way in whatsoever it is that you're doing. How you perceive situations, how you see challenges, how you approach challenges, your mindset goes a very long way in determining it. Now, here it tells us that every successful person already had a mental picture. So in order for you to actually achieve that success that you're looking for, you need to first of all create a mental picture of that success. If you want to be a doctor, have that vision. See yourself being a doctor. This will motivate you to actually work towards achieving it, like bringing it to life. Now, I went forward to give some real life examples where I tried to talk about Elon Musk and Winfrey. Now, you see that these people actually had a vision long before they became successful. They didn't just wake up from bed after sleeping for 12 hours and they become billionaires or something, or they become very successful in their fields. They were always working towards a vision that they had. They didn't relent, they had the vision, and another thing is to actually work towards it. So their unwavering belief in their ideas pushed them forward. we should not only have this vision, we should believe in your vision. So that is another thing to actually consider. Don't only have a vision, you should as well believe in your vision. So that's one of the things that James Allen tried to establish in that chapter. So now let's go over to the next one, where we'll be discussing the role of serenity and calmness. And here, James Allen gives us this key idea that inner peace and higher ideals lead to a balanced and fulfilling life. How interesting. Now, people who panic in difficult situations make poor decisions. And again, holding on to big dreams and ideals despite obstacles lead to success. You can't just be this person that gives up easily on things. Like you started working on something and midway you encountered a particular challenge, and as a result you just gave up. You can't expect yourself to actually achieve that which you wish to achieve on that big idea. Now those again who have these guiding principles, who know this is what I want, this is what I actually want to achieve, and this is how I am going to achieve it. So this kind of people who have these guiding principles end up living more meaningful lives than those who are always ruled by external factors and ideas. Right now let's take a look at the role of example I tested here. It says a leader who calms down during crisis is more respectable and trusted. Is more respectable and trusted than one who reacts emotionally. Now, the very last slide, which talks on serenity, it says mastering the mind for a fulfilling life. Now, in this chapter, James Allen tells us that when you are able to master your mind, that is when you can be able to achieve serenity. That is his own idea of serenity. Now, the key idea says that the ability to control your mindset, to control your thoughts leads to happiness. Now, people who discipline their mind avoid unnecessary stress and distraction, and this is fact. You need to actually discipline your mind in order for you to avoid unnecessary stress and distraction that just comes from nowhere. These are things that you can actually handle. You need to understand that you are in charge of yourself, and when you understand this, then you will know that by disciplining yourself, your mind, your approach to all things, you can actually make things better for yourself. And then again, negative emotions like jealousy, anger, and fear draw people back. Yes, when you are always scared, when you are always jealous, when you are always angry at situations, you end up achieving nothing than pulling yourself backwards, because the time that you are devoting to that feeling or those feelings or those thoughts actually time that you can use to work for a better result that you wish to actually achieve, right? Instead of being jealous of the next person, go to the person, approach the person, learn from the person, ask questions, and be impacted positively by what they do, and they do better. And that is actually how you train yourself to grow. And then a peaceful and focused mind brings clarity, better relationships, and personal growth. I believe that's very straightforward. Now let's take a quick look at the real life experiences. I believe I have been able to say one or two things that made sense in the course of this video so far. So we're going to a different aspect of this book, which is of this video rather, which is from poverty to. It's divided into two different chapters, two different parts rather, and you can see on your screen the different divisions and the subtopics that come with them. All right, so the first part of this book, James Allen tries to introduce, or more like he introduces, the central idea that a person's external circumstances are actually a direct reflection of their inner thoughts and character. Now, he emphasized that the true change and progress begin from within, and that poverty, whether material or spiritual or whatever, is often a result of negative thinking, while prosperity comes from self-discipline, wisdom, and right action. Now, Allen stresses that self-mastery is the foundation for personal and social transformation. He argues that individuals who cultivate positive thoughts, strong moral values, and inner peace will naturally rise above difficulties and actually achieve lasting success, which makes sense. So this idea just sets the stage for the book's first part, where like he actually does delve deeper into personal growth and mental transformation. Now, what about the second part? So here he focuses on peace, happiness, and spiritual well-being as the ultimate forms of success. Now, James Allen emphasized that the true prosperity is actually not just about material wealth, but it's about inner peace and self-mastery. Now, if you can remember, it actually has a sort of correlation with the other book that I made mention of, where I talked about serenity. Now, he argues that external success is meaningless rather without a calm and disciplined mind. Now, he explained that serenity and wisdom come from self-control, purity of thought, and a deep understanding of life's purpose. He then encouraged individuals to rise above fear, worry, and selfish desires as they lead to mental and emotional suffering. So, by cultivating the inner peace, one can experience true happiness regardless of the external circumstances. And then again, this part of the book actually highlights that a person's greatest power lies in their ability to master their mind and live in harmony with themselves and the world around them. So, I believe this just makes a whole lot of sense. I recommend you actually read this book for anybody who wants to actually understand the whole reality behind having a serene mind and having true prosperity. I recommend that you actually read this book. So with this, I say thank you so much for watching. I'm very glad, very grateful for your time, and please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this video. And if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them at the comment section. I'll try my best to attend to them. So thank you so much and have a very good time. Bye.